Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to tackle a topic that's really important for anyone working with Node.js and Socket.io, making your server accessible via public IP. If you've ever tried to share your project with someone outside of your local network, or if you want to deploy it to the world, you know how frustrating it can be to deal with firewalls, routers, and port forwarding. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to make your Node.js Socket I/O server accessible from anywhere. In this video, we'll break down the process into simple steps, and I'll explain each concept in detail so you can easily follow along. We'll cover what you need to know about networking, port forwarding, and some best practices for securing your server. By the end of this video, you'll be able to share your project with anyone, anywhere. So, let's dive right in. To make your Node.js Socket I/O server accessible via public IP, we need to understand a few key concepts. First, let's talk about networking. When you create a server on your local machine, it's only accessible within your local network. This is because your router assigns an internal IP address to each device connected to it, which can't be accessed from outside the network. To access your server from outside, we need to use port forwarding. Port forwarding allows you to map an external port on your router to an internal IP and port on your machine. Think of it like a mail forwarding service. When someone sends a request to your public IP and a specific port, your router will forward that request to the correct device and port inside your network. Now let's talk about how to set up port forwarding. The process varies depending on your router model, but I'll give you a general overview of the steps involved. You'll need to access your router's settings page, usually by typing its IP address in your browser. From there, you'll find a section called Port Forwarding or Virtual Servers. Here, you can create a new rule that maps an external port to an internal IP and port. For example, let's say you want to access your Socket I/O server from outside. You would create a rule that maps an external port, say 8080, to the internal IP address of your machine, say 192.168.1.1, and the internal port where your server is running, say 3000. Now, here's where things get important: security. When you set up port forwarding, you're essentially opening a hole in your router's firewall that allows external traffic to reach your server. This means you need to be careful about which ports you forward and make sure they're properly secured. One way to do this is by using HTTPs instead of HTTP for your socket connection. This will encrypt the data being sent between clients and your server, making it much harder for hackers to intercept or tamper with. Another best practice is to use a reverse proxy like Nginx or Apache to sit in front of your Node.js server. A reverse proxy can help protect your server from malicious traffic and also provide additional features like load balancing and caching. So, what are the from this video? First, you need to understand how networking works and why port forwarding is necessary to access your server from outside. Second, you should know how to set up port forwarding on your router, although the exact steps will vary depending on your model. Third, security is crucial when setting up port forwarding. Make sure to use HTTPS for your socket connection, and consider using a reverse proxy to protect your server. Finally, be mindful of which ports you forward and make sure they're properly secured to avoid any potential vulnerabilities. That's it for today's video. I hope this explanation helped clarify how to make your Node.js Socket I/O server accessible via public IPTT. If you have any questions or need further clarification on any of the points covered, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content related to web development and networking. In the next video, we'll cover some advanced topics related to deploying and scaling your Node.js application. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.